Jacq from Jersey, the wild hair today. Today we're going to be making pasta cigida, which my mother used to make when I was younger. Now, I hated beans when I was younger. So my mother used to give me a little Dixie cup, and I would eat the pasta cigida and take all the beans and put them in the Dixie cup. My father did the same thing because he didn't like beans either. But times have changed. Love beans. And I hope you enjoy this recipe. I'm adapting it from her recipe, so it's a little different, but hopefully it'll be more flavorful. So keep watching and let's go. You will need 3 tablespoons of organic extra virgin olive oil, 1 small yellow onion chopped, 6 cloves of organic garlic sliced, 2 thyme sprigs, 1 rosemary sprig, a half a teaspoon of organic black pepper, a big pinch of red crushed pepper, plus 1½ teaspoons of sea salt, 2 tablespoons of organic tomato paste, a half a cup of dry white wine, 1 15-ounce can of chickpeas drained and rinsed, 6½ cups of chicken broth, 1 pound of Ditalini pasta, 1 large handful of organic spinach, optional, and a quarter to a half a cup of Pecorino Romano grated. I did add some basil in there, about 3 or 4 basil leaves that you could put in just to garnish it. So I got everything ready. I have some onion and garlic. I'm going to throw a little basil in it. Some rosemary. And I want to use thyme, fresh thyme, but something ate my plant outside, so I'm using the dry thyme. I have some Jacq beans or chickpeas, and I drained and I rinsed them out. A half a cup of white wine. Now, just a quick note, the beans are organic because they put all kinds of things in there. You should never eat any beans with other stuff in it. So you need to buy organic beans. You don't want something that has, I think it's called EDTA. No, you don't want those additives. It's bad for your gut. It's bad for your body. Then I have some chicken broth. I use the better than bouillon. I have pepper, red crushed pepper, salt obviously, Pecorino Romano because I can't live without it, and some Ditalini, which are little tiny tubes of pasta, but you could use whatever you want. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up the oil, and we're going to cook up the onion and the garlic and get that going. So I'm going to heat up some olive oil in my pan, and of course, there we go. Ouch, that was hot. And I'm doing it over medium. And then I'm going to add some olive oil and then cook the onion and whatnot. Here's a little olive oil. Excuse me. Where are the cats running around while I'm videotaping? They've been quiet all day. It's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs here. So let's get that started, and then we'll come back, cook the onion until it's softened, add the garlic, thyme, rosemary, black pepper, red pepper, and a half a teaspoon of the sea salt. So I'm going to add my onion. Cook that for a little bit. I got cats over here making noise. I mean, they've been quiet all day. As soon as I started to, record, they're running all over, howling like maniacs. Yeah, cat circus. Okay, if you've ever seen my post. Anyway, so I got the onion going over here. I'm gonna add the, ooh, that didn't sound good. I'll be right back. So there's a lot of drama here. Cat drama. I'm gonna have my drink. You know what I got? My stoli on the rocks. So I've added my red crushed pepper, my garlic, thyme, and rosemary. And I'm just gonna cook it on up. I think I'm gonna put a little black pepper in it as well. So let me do that. There we go. I'm still banging stuff. Sorry about that. I can't get used to not. And let's add a little salt to this as well. I didn't measure, but I'm not a big measurer. When I have to do these recipes for you, I have a rough time measuring. That's why I say, it's all to your taste, and it really is, because it's important to make things taste the way you want them to. Maybe not necessarily the way I want them to, but I like spicy, tasty, yummy things. Okay, we're going to add our tomato paste in a minute, and then we'll go from there. Cook that a little bit till it gets brown. Okay, so that's looking good. I'm going to add the tomato paste, 2 tablespoons. Again, I'm not a big measurer. 1. Ooh! 2. Make sure you cook that because you do not want that raw tomato flavor. So I added my better than bouillon, but you could just wait until you are ready to add the broth. I just like to incorporate it in here. Tomato paste is looking darker, which you want. I'm going to add a half a cup of white wine because, as you can see, stuff is stuck on the bottom, and this will deglaze the pan. Make sure you scrape up the bottom so nothing sticks, or else you're going to get a burnt flavor, which you do not want. Okay, we're looking good. Everything's scraped up. It's nice and smooth. And now I'm going to add the chickpeas to the pot. Here you go. And I'm going to mash up some of them. It'll thicken everything, so maybe a third of them. So I'm going to take my potato masher, just mash them on up, and that'll be fine. Instead of you could do this in a food processor as well, but I do that for my pasta fagioli. Now, in my family, we ate a lot more pasta gigita than pasta fagioli, but I like both now as an adult. Okay, so that's about a third of those are smashed. And then we're going to add our broth. Now, because I added the chicken stuff already, I'm going to put in just plain water. If you're using broth, obviously it'll be the whole thing. So I got about 6.5 cups right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some salt. And I'm going to bring that to a boil. And then we'll deal with the pasta. So I'm going to increase my heat and let's wait for this to boil. And I'll be right back. So I've got my broth coming to a boil. Now, I'm going to wait for that, and then we'll do the pasta, Ditalini, and everything. Ditalini is huge in my house. I use it for everything. Pasta piselle, I use it for pasta vazul, all kinds of things. So it's a really versatile pasta. Also, so when I was growing up, my mom made a lot more pasta ciccia than pasta vazul. I don't know. I was never a fan of her pasta vazul, but I make a great one, so I'll do that when the fall comes. I'll do some pasta vazul. But this is like a great, quick meal. I like to eat macaroni on Sunday. I don't know about you guys, but it's just like a tradition in my household. And that doesn't always happen because, you know, we're busy and whatnot. But this will come together very quickly. You can prepare everything. You can do it for the weeknights. It'll be great. So I hope you enjoy this, and let me know in the comments if you try it and how it came out. Remember, adjust, adjust, adjust. Salt, pepper, wine, whatever. Pecorino Romano. Make sure that you are adjusting until it has the best flavor. Following recipes is great, but you also have to put your spin on it. You have to make it your own, and that's what I do with everything. So when I'm celebrating someone else's recipe, I like to put my own spin on it, unless it's absolutely perfect and I love it the way it is. If I don't, I take away, I add some more, whatever the case may be. So I hope that you enjoy this. So we're gonna come back when the water's boiled and we'll go to the next step. So my pot has come up to a boil, and I'm using the whole pound of Ditalini because I like it more of a stew than a soup. I have two pasta vazul recipes. One is more soupy and one is more stewy. So let's add that. And it says to cook it for 6 minutes. So we'll cook it for 6 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 6 minutes.
6 minutes, starting now.
And there she goes. So after 6 minutes, I'll be back. Also, my mom used to make this with like crushed tomatoes, but I'm doing with tomato paste. I'm gonna see how it comes out. If I don't think it's good, then I'll say, hey, do the crushed tomatoes. But let's try it this way. Make sure you're stirring it and checking it because you don't want the macaroni to stick on the bottom. And you do not want it to be overcooked. In fact, you might be better off undercooking it. And then after you cook it and you're done, you want to let it sit for a little bit. It's going to absorb the liquid. So I might just cook it, I don't know, a minute below that time. Don't forget to check in on your timer. Alexa, how many minutes do I have on my timer?
You have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on your 6-minute timer.
Okie dokie. So I just tasted it, and it seems a little salty. So I might swap out some of my Pecorino Romano, which is sheep's milk cheese, and it has a saltier taste to it, with some grated Parmigiano Reggiano, which is less salty because it's a cow's milk cheese. So I used to be in the cheese business back in the day, and cheese is my nemesis. I love it. I put it in everything, just like red crushed hot pepper. I love that stuff. It's so good. Anyway, timer's almost done, so I'm going to put in the Reggiano here. And a little Pecorino. Not too much because I don't want to oversalt it. I'm going to shut my heat off and put a little bit of red crushed pepper. And I think a little pepper, black pepper. And Alexa, you could stop the timer. She's not listening. Don't forget to taste this. Alexa, stop the timer, please. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to mix that up. Taste it with the pasta and the Gigito. Let's get some. Come. Okay, so I'm going to cover it and let it sit here and absorb some of the liquid, and then we'll eat. Okay, so this is sat a little bit. I'm going to take off the cover. I'm going to add a little basil because I want to. And I'm going to stir it up and get some in my dish because, yeah. So I've got my pasta ciccia. It looks really good. I sprinkled it with a little Pecorino Romano and some basil and some red crushed pepper. Let's try it. Give it a taste. See if Phyllis would be proud. Let me see. I'm eating my hair. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God, this is a great meal. Comes together really fast. You guys, give it a try. Mine is nice and spicy, just the way I like it. And like and follow and subscribe to Jacq from Jersey and follow my blog for all the recipes. So I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Love ya. You're a dick. That you're